and I went to the book fair to meet Kanchan Kesi ma'am, and her daughter was speaking very fluent English. It's the only 2 months journey that I started speaking in this language from 4th March of 2023. Yes, friend, before 4th March 2023, I never tried to speak a single word in this language. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mansi, and today in this video I am going to share about my journey, what I did to learn this language, what I did to speak in this language. So that is a video. In this video I am going to share about my journey, how I started my journey to speak in this language, how I started my journey to learn this language. So friends, first of all I would like to say this is a 2 month journey that I started to speak this language. Before 2 months I never tried to speak a single word in this language. So not further ado, let's get into the video. When I was in 9th class, I started learning this language. What learning? I started writing this language. I started reading this language. Reading and writing I started. I never tried to speak a single word in this language. Because why I started to read this language? Because I have been taught by Usha Chaudhary ma'am. She was very strict. That's why I started my journey of learning this language, of writing this language, to read this language. But I never tried to speak in this language. So friend, I would like to say something about my school teacher Usha Chaudhary ma'am, and what I used to do during my English class. So after listening that, you are going to laugh on me. So friend, as I told you, she was very strict during the class. Her personality was very strict, and I used to be scared of Usha Chaudhary ma'am. And as English class started, I used to become completely silent. I don't know why I used to become completely silent, because I used to scared about ma'am. I used to scared of ma'am. That's why I always used to become a very silent, completely silent during the class, as like a disciplined child, and I never wanted to face ma'am. I never wanted to face ma'am. And I never tried to sit on the front seat. Even I was a very talkative person. I am a very talkative person right now, and I used to be a very talkative person. Even I never tried to sit on the first bench during the English class. Yes, I used to be a very favorite student of all teacher instead of English ma'am, because my English was very weak, very weak. I can say I was not know a single word about this language. So that's why I always prefer to sit on the last bench. And I was thinking like, if I will say something wrong, I will be beaten by ma'am. I will be scolded by ma'am. So that's why I always prefer to sit on the last bench. And this is the mistake. That was the mistake that I did in my school time, that I did in my English class, during my English class. And I want to say you, please, if you are doing this mistake in your class, during your English class, stop doing this mistake. Try to face your English teacher, try to face difficult situations. Yes, so that was a mistake, big mistake that I did in my school time during my English class. And after my 10th board exam, I went to my nanny's home. Yes, I went to my nanny's home. One of my maternal uncle, one of my mama, he used to teach student English subject, and I was interested to learn this language because of my ma'am. That's why I wanted to learn this language, because I never wanted to face my ma'am, because my English was very weak. So that's why I wanted to learn this language from my mama. So I started learning about tenses, about models, about English grammar rules. That was the first time that I started learning about tenses, about models, and about grammar rules. Before that time, I never knew what are tenses and what are modas and anything about English language. After learning tenses, after learning modas, I come back from my nanny's home and I stopped learning this language. Yeah, I stopped learning about modas, about grammars and about tenses, and I forget all the thing. I forgot all the things what I learned from my mama. I don't know why I stopped my journey of learning this language. I stopped because I was a feeling like I know all the tenses, I know modals, and I know grammar rules. So that's why I stopped my journey over there. And after 12th board exam, one of my friend told me about an NGO. That NGO used to teach children free of cost, and I took admission in Jizabai college to learn this language, and I got a chance to learn this language from Prachi Chaudhary ma'am. Yes, she was also a brilliant teacher. She was also a good teacher, I can say. She was also a very good teacher that I got chance to learn this language from Prachi Chaudhary ma'am. And during class, I always eager to speak my broken English in front of ma'am, because ma'am was never allowed any student to speak in other language instead of English. So I was a very talkative person, and right now I am a very talkative person now. So that's why I always try to speak my broken English during class in front of ma'am. But after class, after that class, I never try to say a single word instead of hello, how are you. That's all. So I never try to speak more English instead of saying how are you. So after that course, after that 4 months course, I got married. During my graduation, I got married, and after married, I stopped my journey of learning this language, of speaking this language. And people around me in my home-in-law, they speak in Braj Bhasha, so they never try to speak in this language. Even my brother-in-laws, even my sister-in-laws, they never try to speak in this language, English language. I don't know why. And I also started speaking in Hindi language. I never try to speak in Braj Bhasha, but I always talk in Hindi language with them. And I stopped my journey of learning this language. And 2016, I got admission in masters when I was a mother of a boy, 2 years boy. So I got admission in masters. So the first day of master, I went to the college, and the introduction was going on, and one by one student was telling about their self, introducing about their self. And turn come to me, and as I started introducing about myself, I was not able to introduce about myself in this language. So I felt very nervous, I felt very hesitate, I felt very insulted. Like I live in Delhi, I'm not able to speak about myself in this language. So that was a day that I realized I should learn this language for me, for my son. That was a very insulting day for my life, that I thought that day I should learn this language. I have to learn this language, and I have to speak this language. But after finishing my master, I stopped learning this language again. I stopped learning this language again. I don't know why. What was the problem? I never tried to speak in this language, because I was working. I used to do work with an NGO, but from my home. So I never got a chance to speak with people. So I thought like there is no need to speak in this language, there is no need to speak in this language, because people around me used to speak in this language, Hindi language. So there was no need to speak in this language, so why should I learn this language? So I always kept thinking this, there is no need and I shouldn't learn this language. And why I should learn this language? So that was a thinking, wrong thinking, I can say. And one day I was scrolling my phone in 2022. I was scrolling my phone, and I saw a channel, English Connection, and I thought like she speaks very good English. So I can also speak like her. And I started following her channel for my son, not for me, for my son. I never try to speak a single word after watching that channel. Yeah, I always force my son to speak in this language. But the problem is, he will never speak a single word in this language until I speak English. So I thought like I should speak this language, then my son will start speaking in this language. So I thought I should speak in this language with my son, then he will start speaking in this language. So I started speaking a single word in this language, but I was never interested to speak in this language. I felt very bored to speak in this language. But for my son, I started speaking this language, and before 2 months, I was scrolling ma'am's channel, Kanchan Casey ma'am channel, English Connection, and she was live in evening time. I was scrolling my phone YouTube, and Kanchan Keshi ma'am was live on 3rd of March. Yeah, 3rd of March, and she was talking about book fair. She was talking about book fair, and I was very interested to meet her because I was following her from so many years. So I got interest to see her face to face. So that's why I went to the book fair to meet Kanchan Casey ma'am. She was come that book fair with her husband and with her daughter, and her daughter was speaking very fluent English, very good English, and I was very inspired by listening her. So I thought like, if she can speak very fluent English, so why not my son? My son also can speak in this language, but I should speak in this language. I should talk in this language with my son. Then he will able to speak in this language. So that day, 4th March, I started speaking in this language regularly. Yeah, after come back from the book fair, I created my YouTube channel. I thought like I should create a YouTube channel, English channel, and I should start my journey of speaking English. And I created this channel and I start making videos. If I am making videos, I'm doing my practice. So I was thinking like, if I make any video, I do practice by making videos. So I started making video every day. I try to speak in this language, and yeah, this is a 2 month journey. Yes, I can say this is a 2 month. This is a only 2 month journey that I started speaking in this language from 4th March of 2023. Yes, friend. Before 4th March 2023, I never tried to speak a single word in this language. I never tried to speak. Willingly, I never tried to speak in this language. But after 4th of March, after listening her face to face, after listening Adi face to face, her name is Advita. After listening Advita, then I felt very motivated, and I started my journey of speaking this language. Then I started my journey of speaking this language, and right now, I'm able to speak this much of English. I'm able to speak this type of English in front of you, and I have no fear to speak with anybody. I have no fear to speak in front of crowd. I have no fear speak in front of any single person. Yes, so this is called hard work. I started doing hard work before 2 months ago. From 4th March 2023, I started my journey. I started doing hard work to learn this language, to speak this language. So if I can learn, you can also learn. If I can speak, you can also speak. If I am able to speak, you will able to speak one day if you will do hard work. So start doing hard work to improve your English, to speak your English, to talk in this language. Because if you are in school time, you have a good opportunity to talk with so many peoples. You can talk with your teacher, you can talk with your friends, you can talk with anybody during your school time. And this is the best period to learn anything. and you can learn easily if you are doing practice every day. So start doing practice every day. Don't do the same mistake. Don't make same mistake that I did in my past. So always eager to speak broken English, always eager to speak in this language, whether you are saying wrong or right. Just try to speak in this language. Without speaking this language, you will never be able to speak in this language. So that was a big mistake, that I never tried to speak a single word in this language. So yeah, that was a 2 month journey that I started speaking in front of my son, in front of my husband. So yeah, I'm feeling very good that I'm able to speak this kind of English with all of you, with everyone. So yeah, that's all my journey, and that's all for today's video. After listening this video, after listening my story, if you feel motivated, then please start your journey. Please start speaking a single word in this language. Please start your journey to learn this language. Otherwise, it will create a big problem. So yeah, that's all for today's video. If you really like this video, then like, share, and please subscribe to the channel. See you in next one. Till then, bye bye.